What's up, guys? Back with me as you at Smallville, Season 5, Episode 3, Hidden. Okay, so this episode starts off at like a base, and this guy, like, saying this trying to tell this kid's trying to tell this other guy to unlock, like, this, like, rocket, so the guy does it, and, yeah, and I think they get shot, so, yeah. So, the kid, his name was Gabriel Duncan, and he calls Chloe, and he's like, "Hey, Chloe, you better get out of Smallville." And she's like, why?" He's like, because in a few minutes, there won't be a Smallville. So then Clark, after the theme song, Clark wakes up to his bed to see Lana in it, and because they slept together, and yeah. And then Lana accidentally overslept, but they're caught, and they don't want to wake up, don't be seen by Martha and Jonathan, but they're eventually solving Martha and Jonathan, and he's like, "Hey, Lana, I gotta tell Clark." Yeah, he's like, and Clark's like, "Hey, I'm 18. I can't believe Clark's 18, but he's like, "Hey, I'm 18. I can do what I want." I'm 17, but Clark's 18. And yeah. So yeah, so Clark, like, "Hey, you still don't have your powers, so you're vulnerable to anything." And then Chloe comes in. She's like, Gabriel Duncan just gave a cryptic message about how he's about to blow up the town in 59 minutes. So yeah, so yeah. So Lex still has Lionel, who's still controlled by Jor-El, in Bell, in like in this like place, and he's writing Kryptonian symbols. Yeah, he's still working on the spaceship, so he's trying to open it, but then he sees one of the Kryptonian symbols, and so he goes to confront his Jor-El, or who he thinks dad, and he's like, "Tell me about the symbols," and he's like, "You cannot open it. Only he can open it. He can only open the ship." So who is that person? So probably Clark. I don't know. Anyway, so so yeah, so they discover Gabriel Duncan's fascination with like meteor rocks and all that stuff, and they discover his dad, and they're like, "Hey," and they're like, "I guess his dad tried to stop him because his dad's dead." So yeah, so Chloe tries to and, and so call him, and yeah, and the timer's counting down to when small be blown up, and yeah, so he gets there, but then Clark yells at him, and he's like, "I trusted you," and yeah, he's like, "We can help you." And he's like, "No one can help me, Clark," and yeah, so then yeah, so then he shoots Clark, but since Clark, the bullet goes right through Clark, and and Chloe, she's like freaking out because Clark could die. But yeah, but Gabriel Duncan, he just kidnaps her. Well, while Clark is laying on the floor. So yeah, so Jor-El, hearing Clark's about to die, and he Lionel, aka Jor-El, breaks out. Clark dies, but then Jor-El, he saves Clark. He saves Clark. And he's like, he's like, "Mr. Wooster." He's like, "No, I'm your father, Clark." He's like, "Jor-El?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Because the only reason why you lost your powers is because you didn't listen to me." So yeah, so Jor-El, he gives Clark, he hugs Clark, and he says, "One day you one day I hope you call me father. And then he hugs Clark, and then that restores Clark's abilities. So yeah, so yeah, so 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 Chloe, she's able to. It's revealed that Gabriel Duncan's father had like all the tried to tried to tell him not to touch Meteor Rock, and told people not Meteor Rock, so people thought he was crazy. And during the last meteor shower, his dad got power. Gabriel Duncan's dad got power, so he's like eh, so he's like so she's like, you killed your dad because he was different. And he's like every a lot of people harness and like the gifts that they were given. So yeah, so Chloe, she fights with him, but then he dies. We don't know if Chloe did. We don't. I think he accidentally pulled the trigger when he was fighting for her with the gun, so he dies, and and yeah, so yeah, and then Clark, using his superpowers, he breaks apart the rocket and punches it so it blows up in space, and yeah, and everyone's happy that Clark's back. Even Lana's happy, and yeah, and Lex, he's like he's like here's Clark medical file. They said they said he was normal. They say he didn't have powers. He's like, he's like, he's like, he's like, well, Clark's human. He's like, Clark's human more. Clark's human just like his Lex, and Lex is like to Lana. People don't rise from the dead, and she just walks out. So, 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 yeah, and I guess giving back his powers releases Jor-El from Lionel's control, meaning Lionel's back normal. He hugs him. He's like, you kept saying stuff about Krypton at Kal-El. He's like, Krypton at Kal-El? I have no idea what you're talking about, Lex. Last thing I remember is you arguing weeks ago. So yeah, Lionel's back, and like, I don't get it. Giving Clark back his power brought Lionel back. Okay, yeah, yeah, and yeah. Yeah, this episode was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As I've been saying, I know you guys are probably gonna know me by now by saying, "Oh yeah, you want to review Supernatural? Then just do it." But I just want to know your guys' opinion. Is it? Do you want me to review the show, or is the show too scary? Because I will review it if you guys want me to. But I've been saying it since episode 1, season 4, but now I'm saying it season 5, episode 3. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, like, comment, subscribe, because have a wonderful night. I'll see you next Smallville.